Welcome everyone to our very first in a series of Get to Know Your South Point Teacher or Administrator. And today we're here with Mr. George Mazon, principal here at South Point in his second year at the school. And inspired by some of the other interviews we've seen over the last few years, I wanted to put together an interview that I think blends kind of a little bit of serious and a little bit of fun. So Mr. Mazon, thank you so much for being here today.
No, thank you for having me. It's been an enjoyable time in Miami Beach, South Point Elementary.
Very glad to hear that. So why don't we get to it? We know our viewers are really busy, short on time. So tell us, what year were you born, Mr. Mazon?
I was born in 1971.
Awesome. 3 years older than me. What city and country did you spend your youth?
I was actually born in Miami, and I've lived my whole life right here in Miami.
Well, all right, Miami, Florida resident, born and raised. Best or worst memory of your elementary school years as a child?
Let's see, the first thing that comes to mind was my fifth grade teacher. Big guy, and I remember him teaching us subject and predicate, and at the top of his lungs when we were learning subject and predicate, he would yell, "Who did it?" And then we'd yell out whatever the subject was, and then he'd yell, "What did he do?" And that just stands out and resonates with me, learning subject and predicate.
Very good, very good. Who or what inspired you to become a teacher and later on a principal?
That's a great question. Definitely was not my parents. They were in somewhat of a shock when I told them I wanted to become a teacher. I don't know. It somehow happened. I honestly believe organically, because studying education, I always kind of wanted to help and enjoy helping others, and that's the honest truth. And I thought about either social work or education, and somehow went into education, and I've never questioned it.
Great, great. I'm sure it's very rewarding. My father was a public school teacher, and I think for a lot of us that are not in education, we look at teachers and administrators and think to ourselves that as difficult as the jobs are, they must be extremely rewarding in terms of your impact to society. So we thank you for all that you do. What is the best part of your school day at South Point Elementary?
The best part of my day, whenever I'm having a bad day, if I'm ever having a bad day at here at Miami Beach, South Point, what makes my day is going to visit classrooms, visiting the teachers teaching, getting involved as students are learning and working. That always brightens my day.
Awesome. If you could give your students one message for them to remember for the rest of their lives, what would it be?
I would tell students to really focus on today, enjoy what you're doing today, but know that anything that you're doing today will have an impact on tomorrow. So enjoy each day, but know that everything that you do today will impact your future.
Sort of a balance between being in the present and thinking about what you can do for the future.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to switch to probably some more fun questions. You have a free Saturday. Do you see a movie, read a book, or go to the beach?
See a movie.
Any particular genres that are your favorite?
I enjoy comedies, but more so historical fiction.
You're at an Italian restaurant, pizza or pasta?
Always pizza.
And if you didn't have a career in the education field, what do you think you would have pursued professionally?
Social work, or I always see, not that I could deal with blood or needles, but whenever I'm in a hospital, just that environment, I enjoy that fast-paced environment in a hospital, but I just couldn't do with needles and blood.
All right. Well, that's a wrap for our Get to Know Your Principal at South Point Elementary, Mr. George Mazon. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Casey.
And we'll see you with our next episode. Thanks, viewers.